If you've had a great weekend, I went to a wonderful wedding, the new Mr. and Mrs. Luke and Kristen Doran. So thank you for a fabulous time down in the Southern Highlands. Stayed at a fabulous cottage in Oxley Street, I believe it was, Berrima, Clannock Cottage. If you get a chance, definitely go and stay there. The fire was set, just had to put a match to it, and it was just blissful and cute and cozy. So wonderful time had by all. So what do we have going this week? Well, what we've got Mars, of course, it's full of energy and it's entering Scorpio for the next 6 weeks. And I'm not an astrologer, but I'm very interested in it. I know there's 12 signs. Why somebody didn't do from the 1st of January to the end with each sign, they do it in the middle, for my brain, very confusing. So what we've got the influence of these planets for 6 weeks, and it's about determination and energy. And then we've got the sun moving into Libra, and this is about looking at fairness and harmony and considering others. So if you can do that in the days ahead, this week will run nice and smoothly for you. So I've got a selection of cards here because I'm just in this fabulous mood. So let me just see what cards. So two have come out. One is to follow your dreams. And I think this is really important. But what I'd like to say about, your desires, your dreams, your wants, all those sorts of things is you may have wanted, like I had a client a few years ago, she wanted to be the manager, and she was working so hard to achieve it. And after about 3 years, she was offered the position. And she came to see me and she said, I don't know what's wrong with me. I don't want it now. And I said, sweetheart, you're married and you're a new mum. So when you were going after that, your energy and the way why you wanted it was completely different. Now you're looking for peace, harmony, and have spend more time with your family. So sometimes we really do need to adjust that dream. A lot of people tell you not to change it, just change the date or the approach. Um, but I do believe sometimes circumstances will come in and you have to go, do I really want the same thing? Maybe you want similar, but maybe not the same. So follow your dreams where you can and don't be afraid to adjust them if that, circumstances change. The next card that came out was new location. Um, I'm wondering, I'm getting a feeling, I feel like this is being channeled right now for you. Is it a new location within us, not on the outside? Is it on the inside for us to decide where is it that we want to be? Where do we want to operate from? So if the location has always been, that mental capacity, we're always thinking, always trying to make decisions, do we want to move it down a little bit and do the heart connection? Now, being spiritual doesn't automatically mean that you're going to get an easy life, but it does mean, well, it means for me, I live by what lesson do I have to learn from this? What is it that's triggered me and what do I need to learn? And that has helped me right throughout my life. Um, and this morning I was talking to a wonderful lady called Jody, and we were thinking of doing some sort of educational program. We're both ex-teachers together. And I just loved the spark between us and the communication. We were talking about communication. And I think that is something that just is paramount in your life. And your skills continue to grow. As the world changes, we need to be able to communicate right across the board. The way we've communicated 5, 10 years ago may not quite be suitable. It doesn't mean to say you have to change, but if circumstances have changed, the environment have changed, well, then we don't want to look like dinosaurs, not being able to communicate what we really feel in the best way possible. So for this particular card, and right now, I feel it's more about locating within yourself, where do you want to operate from? That's what I'm feeling that card means. So I'm just going to shuffle these. Let's see what card we. Oh, okay. What card have we got coming out here? Right. Well, we have got the goat. And of course, with the goat, it's sure-footed, it's steadfast, it's friendly. Um, but it can climb, it's very, very adaptable to what it can do. And it's a bit of a survivor in harsh environments. It can definitely survive. So this one here is that the goat you'll often see, perched on rocky outcrops and things are happening that you and I go, whoa, a bit fearless to be doing that. So this is the idea of being sure-footed in your plans and also keeping your eyes on the prize, which is what the goat does. Okay, let's see what we've got next here. Let's do these cards. Hey, so this one here is setting limits. And it's saying here that it's healthy to set boundaries. I was writing about this today, that having a boundary that is making you feel safe, comfortable. It can be around food, people, environments, work, your time, your money, whatever it may be. It's a form of self-care. We often get a little bit frightened to put our boundaries in, but it really helps the people around us. Um, you can think of various people that you wouldn't be cheeky with, or you wouldn't maybe you wouldn't even joke with them too much. They just have that boundary that you can see that's not what they want. And you're entitled to have something like that, something that will make you feel secure, that you're fully in your body, and that boundary is oozing from you so that people aren't taking your energy, overstepping the mark. Because in a way, we do teach people how to treat us. So that's a very good card as far as living our life is concerned. Right, moving on to another pack here. Hi, Joe. Nice to see you, darling. Okay, so what have we got here? Release your fears. And that again is similar to the boundaries one. We get fearful of telling people what we want and what we don't want. But you know what? Often we have no trouble respecting theirs. So, it's only fair that we have some boundaries and we let people know what they are, not rudely, but it might be, I'd rather you didn't put, that red hot cup on my timber top table, or, just let me get you a coaster. I try to protect my table, whatever it is that you want to say. So this one here is to challenge the fear that is limiting you and the power that it holds over you. So sit with it, because really what fear is doing, I've certainly had plenty of that in my time. It's trying to keep you safe. That's what it's trying to do. It's thinking back, something's cropped up and it goes, oh, this reminds me of the time when, and then we have all these triggers, and then often it will stop us doing what maybe we're more capable of now than what we were 5, 10 years ago, or even 10 days ago. Maybe something has happened and you've grown and the opportunity has come. So I've gone into my yes mode again. I did it many years ago as the opportunities come. I said yes. So I exhausted myself doing that. However, I've decided to give another go about accepting opportunities and meeting up with people and just seeing where that takes me. And I'm quite excited to see where that will take me. So we'll do one more card in that pack. And this looks rather nice. And what this one here, your body is great as it is. Mind you, I don't, I gotta tell you, I'm not happy. I want to lose about 10 kilos. But a diet that includes licorice bullets and toast. I think I need to find that. So here, but body image. I think it's when you're worrying about it excessively. I saw, I think it was Magda in a bit of a musical. I'm not sure what it was. And I think she had bright red hair or something. She was all dressed up. Um, she looked absolutely beautiful and definitely not a size 10, not a size 12 or even 14 perhaps. And I just thought, that was the epitome of I think making the most of yourself and who you are. And she played an amazing part. And I really liked the character. It was a little bit cheeky, but the outfits were amazing. So let's work with what we've got and be good people. I think that's the biggest thing. Right, we've got a couple of more decks to go, and then we're going to move on to the tea leaves. Okay, I've got the lion here, and to me, the lion is about being strong. And it may be a time where you have to appear strong. So it might be a little bit faith it or fake it until you make it. But this one here is, the lion knows who he is. He knows his place in the jungle. He accepts who he is. And I feel as though these two are sort of going together, the body image and this inner strength, that it's a good thing for you now to show that, to see what you can bring forth in yourself. This one lifetime that we may have many others, we may have had plenty, but we're living this one right now. And I feel as though it's important we make the most of who we are. So let me just see what we've got here. I've got the earth, and to me, this is being as natural as you can be. Um, Sometimes people will say, "Oh, just accept me as you are," and I think, "Oh, do you have a slightly better version that I can have a look at?" I still believe in progress. I still believe in people making, um, presenting their best version. I don't mean that they're being false or it's hard work, but no one deserves to be perhaps yelled at or dismissed or whatever it may be. So just being the best version of you can and let us see that about you. Okay, I'm going to finish with these small cards. I'm going to pull a card for you, Joe. So hang in there. Let me just see what I've got here. I'm just going to move these cards out the way. Okay, let's see what card comes out of here. Right. So this one here, this is a picture of the brain with the door opening. So there's new learnings coming in here. There's something that you're going to read, hear. Somebody will say something. Maybe you hear it on a podcast, TV. Sometimes a movie, I'll go, oh my God, what a fantastic line. I don't know if anybody else ever goes to the movies with a notepad and pen, but I do, and I'm writing in the dark. So this is about your brain being opened. And I'm not saying it's not already, but it's like another doorway is opening. Maybe we can do it differently. So that one, what that card is. And this one here is looking at getting the balance about physical activity. I feel as though that's a little bit like calories in, calories out, but not, running if it's difficult, but certainly going for a walk. To me, it's getting that balance with sitting down and actually walking. I like this one. This is money and abundance coming towards you. And I think all of us have our hopes and dreams, what we would do with a nice sum of money, help our kids, charities, new pair of shoes, whatever it may be. Okay, Joe, I'm going to pull a card for you now. So let's see what we've got here. I'm going to do these beautiful arty ones. And yeah, that's what you're working on. Yeah, great. Okay. Just seeing if one will actually pop up. Oh, okay. What have we got here? This one here is talk. Well, you've actually got two, and it says here, welcome the change. This looks like a wave, a frequency. So change is coming, and sometimes it brings difficulties with it, as we know. It's like they say you can't make the omelet without cracking the eggs. So I feel there's something a little bit like that in there, Joe, something that maybe has to be left or finished or spoken about for this change to come forward. And this one here is that you feel that you are turning your idea into a reality. And this is to reach for the unreachable. So to you right now, it might be unreachable, but I think there's certain steps that you may be taking that is going to get you closer to what you want. I've got a feeling with this one, Joe, that it might be slow to start, and then something comes into your life and it moves things much quicker. So maybe you're creating something and you've got maybe halfway through, three-quarters of the way through, and then someone goes, "Oh my God, I love that. I'd like to be involved. Can I help you?" Whatever. It may not be a money thing, but maybe it's a network thing. But there's something here that is going to, after you've done a lot of the work, there's something that's going to help you accelerate. And look how gorgeous that yellow and bright light is that you are walking towards. So good luck with that one, Joe. Okay, let me have a little look at the tea leaves here. Let's see what's going on. And we'll just pour those out. Okay, this looks like a busy cup here. So as you can see, there's a fair bit going on in there. So what's right at the top here, it's like somebody with an umbrella. And there's lots of, I do believe it's actually rain, but it seems to be as though it's in the north of Australia. So I feel it's exceptional rain, torrential rain that maybe we're going to be getting, that we're going to say, wow, well, that's not quite seasonal. That's not what we were expecting. So anyone living in that northern part of Australia, keep your brolly close because I feel like there is torrential rain. Now I can see telephones in here. So I'm going to step out of here. I'm not into astronomy. I used to love it as a kid. I'm completely out of touch with it. I'm wondering if anyone knows if there's a meteor shower that could be coming, because I'm looking at phones being disrupted, that sort of thing. Obviously, if it's torrential rain, poles can come down, but I feel as though this might even be a meteor shower, and but it seems to be affecting more the north part of Australia. As I am moving around, um, I feel as though there's a lot of communication with people overseas, and this one here is talking about troops. So I'm looking at a gathering, a gathering of troops here, and this seems to be early next year. It's not giving me a great deal around that, so maybe as the time comes closer, there may be more details about that. As we're moving on here, I've got the court jester again, which often crops up, and that's the zero in the tarot cards, which is to do with stepping out, grabbing a few things and being brave enough to start on that journey of 1,000 steps. And of course, the story through the tarot is fascinating. As you meet that magician within inside yourself, all those resources that you can now use because you're in a situation where you haven't been before and you need to be resourceful. And then we move through the various parts of the tarot cards where we have, the Hierophant that's going to help you, the mentor. And I just love the story of that, the way it can unfold right through to the hero's journey. And we're all on a hero's journey. So I do feel early next year, for about 3 or 4 months, that there's a lot of change that a lot of us will go through. And I see us coming out stronger, taller, um, knowing what we want more. But there's also somebody with a magnifying glass, so it's asking you to look at the details, make sure you know what you're signing up for, make sure you know what you're agreeing to. And if there's something that you join, make sure you find out, how can I get out of this? This is very important moving into next year. Some of the paperwork that people will be filling in, great, join it, but how do you get out of it? That's going to be very important. Um, as I move around, I feel as though I'm round about June in here. There's a lot of abundance for a lot of us, a lot of abundance. Something has come to fruition. I feel this is within Australia. We've been given an opportunity, and I feel as though it may even create jobs uh, because there's this big tree and all this opportunity around that. So, fingers crossed that something is happening that is going to benefit Australia. Okay, so now we are up to meditation time. So I would invite you to close your eyes and to relax wherever you are. Just feel safe and secure. And on your next breath, just close your eyes and imagine the white light coming in through the top of your head, at the back of your head and your neck, just letting go those muscles through the day work really hard, and letting the white light come down your arms, your wrist into your fingers, and just letting your arms feel relaxed and heavy. And saying to yourself on the next breath, I am here. I'm here. And letting that white light go down your spine, to your waist and hips, into your bottom, the back of the legs, right down the calves, into the heels, and feeling as though it's flowing into the ground, making you feel safe, secure, and grounded. And the white light now comes over your face, letting your jaw drop a little, the tongue relax, and coming into your throat. And with both hands, put your hands, the warmth of your hands, on your chest, the area of your heart. And on the next breath, imagine giving yourself a little pair of lungs to your heart. And your heart is so grateful to be able to breathe and relax, surrender, and to let go. And letting the white light continue down your body, relaxing, letting go, feeling heavy, down the thighs, across the knees, down the shins to the feet, and that feeling of being anchored and safe, always being able to move should you need to. And within this relaxing time, imagine going deep, deep down inside yourself, more and more relaxed. And as you float deep down inside, you come across your own sanctuary door. It's a beautiful door. And as you get close, just with your frequency, your presence, the door opens and you step inside this magnificent space. This is your sanctuary. The door closes behind you. And you marvel at how beautiful it is. And maybe it's got computers, maybe it's just got a beautiful fireplace, maybe it's modern, maybe it's old fashioned, it's whatever you want it to be. And each time you visit it, of course, you can change it. But what we all have in common here is the healing bed in front of us. And now I'd like you to go and lie on the bed and you sink into it and you feel supported. And it feels like home because it is. It's your home. You belong. It's your sanctuary. And as you relax, the pink mist comes, the healing, unconditionally loving mist. And as it floats above your body, it is scanning inside your body for any cells that no longer serve you, cells that are tired, that need to be replaced with jiggly alive cells. cells that perhaps have finished their time, cells that may be misshapen or having difficulty duplicating beautifully, they're all taken away so that they can be transmuted and transformed into better energy for another day for you. And this nourishing, natural, healing energy is going right through your body, stopping anywhere that needs to be acknowledged or that is in pain, feels uptight, needs some attention. It's very loving. It's something that we don't often do for our body. We don't tell it that we love it. We probably shout at it if our knees or our toes are aching or our back. Oh, this darn back. So we don't want to say that here. We want to say to these parts of our bodies that are struggling, I see you, I hear you, I acknowledge you, you're amazing. All the years that you've just performed without any instruction. And you tell your body you're here right now at this moment to give it some nourishment, to heal it, to love it, to care for it, to thank it, to be grateful. And thanking your immune system, all the parts of the body that work hard 24/7, just on their own. So just for a few moments, go to various parts of your body and just tell it how amazing it is. It's a miracle. You're appreciative. And as you're lying there, you suddenly notice that the wall has opened and there is a beautiful garden. And you're impressed to go out into this garden. And there in front of you are wonderful, wonderful flowers and trees and fruits, vegetables. And there's herbs. I want you to just enjoy that for the moment. Growing under the most beautiful conditions. Everything is just thriving and healthy. And there's a chair where you can lounge back in and just close your eyes. And then you get a sense of somebody around you that is making perhaps a lotion or a cream, a potion, some sort of therapy for you. And it may be to take an ache or a pain away. It may be to calm your nerves. It may be to help you be centered. It may be something perhaps like frankincense that opens up the third eye and takes you to another spiritual dimension. Maybe you can smell something. It may be lavender, maybe rosemary. And you stand up now and you look around and you know that you can visit this place anytime. It's yours. And as you walk out of that garden, past the healing bed towards your door, which opens automatically just with your presence and your frequency, your vibration, you step through and the door closes behind you. And as you begin to float up back to where we started on the 22nd of September 2025, there's this feeling of relaxation and centeredness and energy, and maybe some new thoughts. Maybe you're thinking, maybe I should get an essential oil. Maybe I should get an incense stick. Maybe I should go out into greenery a little bit more. Maybe I should take my shoes and socks off and stand on the ground and ground myself. Whatever you're impressed to do for yourself, it's coming from your intuition. And we all have that. Every single one, doesn't matter what religion, what culture you're from, everybody has a spiritual leaning. It's now proven by brain scans. So thank you so much for being here. I love it when you're here with me. I hope you got some value out of this evening. I wish you a fantastic week. And if you want to message me for a private reading, please just do that. We can have a chat through Facebook. We can get together. And it will be lovely to connect with you. Have a fantastic week. All the very best. Lots of love. Know that I care. My pleasure, Joe. Thank you for being here. And everybody else, and also the people on the replay. So have a great week. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you next Monday night. Bye bye.